Now, in the research that I've been doing into the science of high-stakes presentations, the neuroscientists say that these data dumps, these text-heavy slides, they have no impact, no long-term impact on the brain. In fact, as you had pointed out, they're distracting.
That's exactly right, yes.
And the military has said basically that, and these are like General Mattis and others have basically said that PowerPoint is dangerous because it gives us the illusion of understanding. And to the point where you've got companies like Amazon where they've banned these presentations in meetings. Your job is communication, and you're at Google, and the chief evangelist of Google. How does Google train its engineers and executives about communication? What do they tell the people that are the leaders when they go out?
Well, one thing is not to depend over much on slide-based presentations, because you'll speak to the slides and not to the people. On the other hand, there are times when diagrams are tremendously useful. I mean, I'm a visual communicator, so the most beneficial exchanges that I experience, frankly, are two people in front of a whiteboard drawing pictures, trying to explain to the other person what's in your head. And then once you get an agreed model, then you can start reasoning together about what the implications of the model are. In fact, I discovered when I was working with Bob Kahn that we would get into disagreements, and they were fairly vigorous disagreements. And after the first couple of cycles of this, we both said, well, that's funny, why are we having this problem? And then we realized that we each had a different visual model of what we were talking about. And since the visual models were not the same, anything the other guy said didn't make any sense. And so we would, as soon as we would experience this conflict, we said, okay, let's first verify that we have the same model of what we're talking about. So we would work through and make sure we had a common model. Then we'd have our disagreement. But at least we knew we were disagreeing in the same conceptual space as opposed to disagreeing because our concepts were different. So I think Google, although it may not be consistent about this, does try to promote effective meetings. And often that means not presenting slide sets. On the other hand, if you want people to feel like they don't have to scribble notes like crazy, in which case they are not actually listening to the presentation, having something for them to take away can be quite useful if it's reinforcing of the message that you're trying to deliver. So we do make use of presentations, and there are times when they make absolutely important sense, like a spreadsheet, for example, which looks like an eye chart, but it may very well be important to see how the numbers lay out. But we're very conscious of the fact that you can overuse these technologies and fail in the mission, which is to get people to have the same concept in their heads.